Today, I'm putting two sensations under the microscope, the legendary Michael Jordan and the rising star Anthony Edwards. Strap in because the comparison is going to be interesting. There's been many recent comparisons of Anthony Edwards to the great Michael Jordan. Many NBA analysts and even some ex-NBA players have talked about Edwards having a similar game to Jordan, and that is partially what piqued my interest in comparing the two.
I do see some correlation between Anthony Edwards and Michael Jordan. The movement, some of the shots, the fadeaways, how he approaches the defensive side of things.
Let's kick things off by rewinding the clock to Michael Jordan's rookie year in 1984. Fresh out of the University of North Carolina, MJ burst onto the NBA scene like a whirlwind. He was the third pick of the Chicago Bulls at the time. His airness wasted no time making his mark, averaging an impressive 28.2 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 5.9 assists per game in 38 minutes per game in his rookie season with the Chicago Bulls. From his gravity-defying dunks to his unmatched competitiveness, Jordan quickly became the talk of the town and captured the hearts of basketball fans everywhere. Now let's fast forward to the present day and introduce you to the electrifying Anthony Edwards. Drafted first overall by the Minnesota Timberwolves in 2020, Ant-Man wasted no time establishing himself as a force to be reckoned with on the court. In his rookie campaign, Edwards showcased his scoring prowess, averaging 19.3 points, 4.7 rebounds, and 2.9 assists per game in 32 minutes. If this minutes per game were closer to 38 like Jordan had in his first season, his stats would be like this. If Edwards played 6 more minutes a game, he would average 22.9 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 3.4 assists. Still not MJ's level, but closer. But what sets Edwards apart from the rest? Well, besides his jaw-dropping athleticism and killer instinct, Edwards brings a sense of humor to the game that's as entertaining as it is refreshing. I mean, who could forget his infamous Ant-Man nickname or his hilarious post-game interviews?
Going into those next 4 games against teams in the similar spots beside you in the table.
Where you from, Jim?
Ireland.
I like your accent. It's tough. I want to learn how to talk like that.
This guy is not only a beast on the court, but also a certified meme machine off of it. Now let's crunch some numbers and see how these two phenoms stack up against each other in their first 4 years in the league. Jordan's scoring averages skyrocketed to 37.1 points a game in 40 minutes a game played in his third season, solidifying his status as a scoring machine. On the other hand, Edwards has shown steady improvement across the board, proving that the sky's the limit for this young star. With his combination of size, athleticism, and skill, Edwards has all the tools to carve out a legacy of his own. His best season so far is at 25.9 points in 35 minutes played. Averaging out the numbers from the first 4 years of them playing in the NBA, we come up with these totals. Jordan, 30.7 points, 49.2 field goal percentage, 5.2 rebounds a game, 4.8 assists, 2.6 steals, 1.3 blocks, and 3.1 turnovers. Edwards, 22.9 points, 44.6 field goal percentage, 5.2 rebounds, 4.1 assists, 1.4 steals a game, 0.6 blocks, and 2.8 turnovers. From those stats, it is apparent to me that Edwards is close to the player MJ was. If you don't see that, let me explain. There are 2 variables that affect Anthony Edwards' statistical number being smaller than Jordan's. The first is that Edwards is averaging 34.4 minutes per game in those first 4 years versus Jordan's 36 minutes a game. The second is that Edwards is playing on a much better team in his 4 years than Jordan played in his 4 years. So Edwards has to share the basketball more than MJ because he has better players around him, such as Karl Anthony Towns, for example. But there is also a variable that actually brings Michael Jordan's stats lower, you could argue. That one is that he was injured most of his second season with a broken foot, and his stats suffered. One of the biggest reasons so many people started comparing Edwards to Mike is the killer instinct that we don't see from LeBron, for example. He also has MJ's smile, and he's very well spoken as well. So there you have it. While it's still early days for Anthony Edwards compared to the legendary career of Michael Jordan, one thing's for sure, the future of the NBA is in good hands. Whether you team Jordan or team Edwards or anybody else, one thing remains constant. Basketball greatness knows no bounds. For Edwards, the comparisons are what they are, but it will be easier to see how good Edwards actually is compared to the basketball god that MJ is once he plays around 10 years or so. The big questions are if he will stay in Minnesota. Also, can he win some titles and strengthen the comparison argument? Also, the media and players talking about Edwards possibly being the next Jordan shows one more thing. It shows that even after 21 years in the NBA and proclaiming himself the greatest to ever play.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time. That one right there made you the greatest player of all time. That was a moment.
No one is comparing the best NBA players coming in to LeBron, because the true GOAT is Michael Jordan.
And this brother, Anthony Edwards. Lord have mercy, did you see the show he put on? Watching Anthony Edwards gave me flashbacks of MJ in Game 1 of the 1992 NBA Finals. You remember when Jordan was just, and then looked at Magic in the NBA Finals against the Portland Trailblazers. Was like, yo, what do you want me to do? Remember that? Jordan lit up the Blazers, hitting 6 threes in the first half, and then shrugged his shoulders to Magic Johnson and Marv Albert. Yes, again, Michael Jordan is on fire. Remember that? I do. That's what I saw from Anthony Edwards in the third quarter against Kevin Durant. That's what it felt like, y'all. As he dismantled the Suns, scoring 18 points in that third quarter, and was talking smack to KD, looking for KD, giving it to KD, then talking to KD after he had dismissed the notion of Bradley Beal or Devin Booker being a better two-guard in the game than him. That's what we talking about here. Anthony Edwards has become my favorite player. He is box office.
Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more basketball content. Here are some interesting videos. Thank you.